Hi everybody. In today's video I am super excited. So I have another blast from the past to share with you guys, and this brand from Blast from the Past is going to be Spoiled. So Spoiled was a request from a subscriber, and I don't have very many Spoiled polishes left in my collection. I went through a lot of my drugstore mainstream stuff, especially my older stuff, a few years ago, and did get rid of quite a few things that I just didn't think I would wear. So some of these polishes, well, one of these polishes is from my original Spoiled collection. Some of these other polishes are from a box that my friend gave me, and they're like newer to my collection, but I have never tried them. And I don't have a lot of summer colored Spoiled polishes. These 5 I feel like are sort of summery, but not totally. And the other 5 I have left are definitely like fall colored. They are not anywhere near summer. But Spoiled used to be a brand that was exclusive to CVS. I was trying to look up some history on the Spoiled polish brand on the internet, and I was not able to really find much. I did find some reviews of polishes dating back to 2012, and pretty much every polish review I found was from sometime in 2012. So I'm going to assume the heyday of Spoiled polish was in 2012. So that would make these polishes about 13 years old. I'm not sure if Spoiled replaced anything in CVS, but I know it was CVS exclusive. Spoiled is a brand that is discontinued and no longer available, and I do think Spoiled was replaced by a brand called Paparazzi that you can now purchase at CVS. First polish that I am going to swatch for you guys is from my original Spoiled collection. So this polish is called Shrimp on the Barbie. That was my attempt at a Australian accent, and it was horrible. Just pretend that never happened. Shrimp on the Barbie. This polish is like a shrimp colored polish, sort of like a peachy orangey coral. Then it has tons of beautiful gold shimmer in this. When this polish came out, you guys, it was completely all the rage, because these shimmery polishes I think were just very in at that time. And finding something like this for I want to say these were 99 cents. For 99 cents or $1.99, but I'm pretty sure 99 cents was like, what a bargain, right? Like, what a deal. And so I remember seeing lots of swatch pictures of this polish in particular, and everybody was like totally and completely just like wowed and blown away. So this polish, my swatch pictures are going to be 3 coats. The formula was good on this. The 3 coats go on nice and easy, especially if you give everything time to dry in between, which is very important when you're dealing with these sort of lighter shimmery colors. But I remember wearing this in the past, maybe once or twice. But now that I put it on, you guys, I just was not in love. I was not in love. It did not sing to my heart. It did not touch my soul. It did not give me the joyful experience that a polish should give me. And so if you guys feel that I put a lot of high expectations and wants and needs on my polish, you are correct. If I'm expecting them to fill a void that only God can fill, that guilty as charged. All jokes aside though, I really just, polish is my happy place. And when I put on a polish, I want to be happy. And this just, it didn't do it. I feel like it is not flattering to my skin tone. It's very warm. And as you all know, I'm a cool girl. I love cool colors. And so I'm really noticing that a lot of this stuff with the gold shimmer just does not fit the bill for me anymore. And I think I bought this at a time where I was just buying for the sake of buying to build a collection. And I was very in the beginning stages of my polish addiction, and it was just buy. I'm not gonna say I'm not that way sometimes still, but I feel like it's way less, and I feel like I know more of what I like, which ends up being having a lot of similar polishes, right? Because you have a type and you know what brings you joy and what excites you, and so you stick to more to that. I don't know what's right or wrong, but it is what it is. And so I will be destashing Shrimp on the Barbie from my collection. It will be going into the Polish Exile. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous polish, you guys, but it's just not for me. I think if you had a deeper skin tone, this would be amazing on you. Or possibly if you had a lighter skin tone without pink undertones, this would be gorgeous on you. If you have like pinky red undertones, I don't think this will be for you because it will pull out that red and give you lobster hands. But you guys wear what you want because I don't tell people what to do. But anyway, this will be going into the Polish Exile and being destashed. Next polish I swatched, you guys, is going to be My Silicone Popped. Some of these polishes have some crazy names, not gonna lie. This sounds like a really bad day to me. Could be a bad day if your silicone pops. But this polish, great formula, 2 easy peasy coats. I really was expecting to love this because you guys know I love my grandma shades, and I feel like this is a grandma shade. But when I put this on, again, just something fell off. It was not giving me what I wanted it to give. It was not bringing me the eternal joy that I expect my polishes to give me. And I just don't feel like this shade was like as flattering on my skin tone as I thought it was going to be. It just kind of it didn't do it for me. And I have a ton of grandma shades because you guys know that I am a grandma polish diehard. I have a grandma shade for all occasion. I have a grandma shade if your grandma's going to Vegas. I have a grandma shade if your grandma's going on a first date. I have a grandma shade if your grandma's going to sit down and knit you a sweater. I have a grandma shade for a grandma that's baking cookies. I have a grandma shade for all types of grandma and all type of grandma occasions, but this just does not fit into my grandma needs. It's not the kind of grandma I need in my life. And so, again, I just think it has like warmness that is just not complementary to my skin tone. So I will be getting rid of My Silicone Popped from my collection. Then these were all sort of similar, you guys, like in tone and situation. But this is a polish I would not have picked for myself. Not even in like the extreme buying stage of my early collecting days. But this is I Got So Plastered. The best of times, the worst of times. It was the worst of times. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. That's the beginning of some kind of very famous book, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, this day is way better than my Silicone Pop day. So, but this color, you guys, great formula on this. 3 coats to get opaque. They go on very nice and smooth. This doesn't have like a streaky finish, which a lot of metallics tend to do, or like where you get very brush strokey, which I hate. This color, you guys, I put this on in my living room because that's where I've just been painting my nails, being very lazy, lackadaisical. And I have also been binge watching Just Like That season 3. Let me know if you guys are watching Just Like That season 3 in the comments down below because I have a lot of thoughts. Maybe I'll talk about them after I talk about the polish, and then if you haven't seen it and you want to see it, like, just don't go for it. But anyway, this color kind of reminds me of like a penny. Not as coppery, maybe more rose gold. Anyway, I didn't think I was gonna love this, and then when I came into my polish room with way better lighting and, you know, like my swatching lights and all that stuff, like, I really loved this. I felt like it was super flattering to my skin tone. I think I would enjoy this if my nails were longer more, but it did look okay on my little like shorty nubs I've been sporting. I did a lot of yard work, like 4 hours of yard work during the day for the 4th of July because, you guys, my yard is literally a disaster. And the yard work wreaked some havoc on my nails. I do wear gloves, but yard work is hard on the hands. I'm sure if you guys do your yard work, you know what I'm talking about. And so I had like 3 breaks over the weekend, and I was just like, you know what, take them all down. And so, anyway, loved this. Loved. I'm going to keep this in my collection just because I think it's so beautiful. I don't have a lot of polishes like this because it's just not my type. It's not my type. But I was pleasantly surprised to see how much I really enjoyed this. So I will be keeping this around. And of course, the name, I Got So Plastered. Like, you need this in your collection, right? Then next up, I have Green to Be Heard. from Spoiled. This is sort of like a foresty green cream polish, gorgeous color. So the formula on this was good. 2 coats to get opaque, easy peasy. The only thing is the Spoiled brush, you guys, and it was a problem with all of these colors, and it was just a problem the whole time this brand was in existence. So they kind of give you a wide brush, which I usually love, but the brush is just cut like straight across. It doesn't have any like curvature to get into the cuticle line. I love a wide brush with curvature to get into the cuticle line. I love curves on my brushes. And so I did have a hard time kind of with my cuticle line application of this. I mean, there's always cleanup, yes, but this polish is also a stainer. So I didn't wear this for very long. It ended up staining my nails with like a slight light green tint, and it also stained my cuticles. So as much as I love the color, I'm going to get rid of this just because it was a little bit of a PITA, pain in the bleep. And so I know I have some other polish colors similar to this from like OPI, probably Essie, who knows what other brands. And so I would probably rather deal with those instead of this. And so I will be getting rid of this one. And then last up, this is going to be a Distant Memory from Spoiled. This is a gorgeous teal shade with like some matching teal shimmer. This polish's formula was kind of difficult to work with. It was sort of like streaky. I wanted to apply matte. The swatch picture I'm going to show you is this, like with the matte finish that it dried with. I put top coat on the pinky afterwards, but I had already decided I wasn't going to keep it, so I just like didn't bother to do that final step for you guys. Apologies. But by the time I had gotten down to swatching this, I was kind of like frustrated by like the lack of love for the Spoiled brand at this point. And so I am going to be getting rid of this. This also did stain my nails just a little bit and my cuticle skin, and I'm sure I have something similar again from another brand that is way less of a pain in the booty, and I would just prefer to work with those instead. So I will be getting rid of Distant Memory as well. So overall, looking at my Spoiled polishes was a nice sort of exercise. But I was disappointed because I did remember loving Spoiled as a brand just so much. And now that I am like reflecting on the brand years later, I'm just kind of a little bit underwhelmed. So out of these 4 polishes, these 4 will be going into the Polish Exile, and I will be keeping the surprise standout favorite, the Dark Horse in I Got So Plastered. Like, I just really was not expecting to love this, and I did. So if you are interested in any of these polishes, please let me know. I know how it is to be a collector and want something that's hard to find, and so, you know, if you guys are interested in any of these, you can leave me a comment here, or you can DM me on Instagram and we can make arrangements to get these to you. If I don't hear anything, I will be putting these in my yard sale or my boxes to donate. So let me know. Let's talk about Just Like That. If you don't want to talk about it because you haven't caught up yet and you don't think you're going to watch it, then just to click off right now because I have to talk about it. So I am all caught up as of yesterday. So I'm all caught up as of yesterday or day before. I don't remember. Anyway, Just Like That is the spin-off of Sex in the City, if you guys are not familiar. So there's the original Sex in the City series, then there is the 2 Sex in the City movies, and then Just Like That is on its 3rd season. So Just Like That is set, like, I think right now in current time. So the women are all older, in their 50s, maybe even, all the women are older, in their 50s. And if you guys have watched, you know that Carrie and Big got married. Big ended up having a heart attack and dying. Miranda decided that she is now into women, or finally has realized she is now into women, and she divorced Steve. Charlotte and Harry are still married, and they have 2 kids who are now older teens. And Samantha has not been on the new series. Although I think I did see rumors that she will be making a cameo. There's a couple of new cast members that they brought in as friends to kind of like fill the void. In my opinion, it doesn't fill the Samantha void, but it is what it is. Anyway, in this last season, season 2, Carrie is reuniting with Aiden. She's reuniting with Aiden. First of all, in the original series, Carrie is so toxic to Aiden when she cheats on Aiden with Big. This didn't used to bother me as much the first time I watched this series because I had not had my husband cheat on me. After that has happened, I see her behavior as so much more abusive and toxic because, one, she refuses to get rid of Big in her life, which is just wrong. Like, if you are going to make it work with somebody, like, that person has to be out of your life, in my opinion. 2, she expects them to just be around each other and be friends. Like, when she invites Big to Aiden's cabin, girl, what? Like, if that had been my situation, I probably would have been in jail. Like, that is just not right, not fair, not cool. It's cruel. And it's just like the height of selfishness and entitlement, in my opinion. So when her and Aiden break up, I'm actually team Aiden because the more that I watch the original series, I just feel like I just feel like Carrie is so toxic. Carrie is so toxic. Like, she is man-centered, one. Like, her whole life revolves around a man and men, and she talks about her relationships with men constantly. Which is, I guess, I don't know. It's just too much, in my opinion. Like, I feel like when women are men-centered on that level, like, they're not going to be good friends to you because men always come first. Whether it's a man they've known their whole lives, like their husband, which is understandable, or whether it's a man they've known for 5 minutes, like, the man will come first. But so when Aiden finally gets away from Carrie, I'm like, good, because Aiden deserved better, in my opinion, than how she treated him. When he gave her the engagement ring and she was wearing it on a necklace, like, girl, what? Please, no, stop. And so now they have come back into each other's. Well, okay, then let's go to the movies, because in movie 2, Aiden and Carrie cheat with each other, because Aiden is married and has a baby. They run into each other in Abu Dhabi, I think it is. I don't remember where they go, but and then they kiss, and Carrie has cheated on Big now with Aiden. I remember in the movie too, like, Charlotte basically told her, "You're playing with fire, what are you doing?" And she was so mean to Charlotte about that too. Toxic Carrie all over again. Because it's like, girl, you're playing with fire. Like, when you're married, there are certain expectations to being married, and going out and having dinner with your ex-fiance probably is not like something you should be doing. But then, so now they've caught back up again, and they are trying to date again. And then Aiden has a bunch of drama. So anyway, Aiden cheats on Carrie now with his ex-wife, because his wife is now, they're divorced. So they're having a lot of problems with one of their kids. I guess they're like comforting each other, and they end up sleeping together. Carrie, like, literally is like, I understand. Doesn't get upset. They hook up like mere hours later, which is, oh, okay, kind of weird. But she literally doesn't care. And all over TikTok, the people I've been watching are like, how can she not care that Aiden cheated? And I'm like, she doesn't care because she's a cheater. And they're both cheaters. They've proven themselves to both be cheaters. So, of course, they're going to cheat and not care and find it to be a big deal. And also, she told Aiden, because they're in this weird relationship situation where they're going to, like, stay apart for 5 years because he's having all this trouble with his son. But they're still, like, together. It's just a very bizarre situation that's going to be nothing but drama. But that's what the show's about, right? That's what we need, is drama. But Carrie even tells him, well, I didn't think we were, like, monogamous. Like, you expect me not to be with anyone else for 5 years? And he was kind of like, well, yeah, I did expect that. And, you know, and then it's like, you expect that, but then you cheated. Like, how realistic are your expectations if you can't even hold yourself to those standards? So anyway, she literally, so in this episode, Miranda moves in with her because Miranda has nowhere to stay. Because she's renting this Airbnb, I think, and like there's like someone playing heavy metal music. I don't know, it's very weird. But they get into it because Miranda spills the soda and uses Carrie's like very expensive scarf to clean it up. Then she eats her last yogurt and her last banana. And it feels like Carrie is more upset at Miranda for those things than Aiden cheating on her, which is crazy. Crazy. The Miranda situation is crazy to me too. I feel like she is not like Miranda anymore. Like, Miranda used to be like a badass, and Miranda now is like just lost. Maybe she's in the midst of a midlife crisis. I don't know. The Charlotte Harry thing is okay. Like, Charlotte's still Charlotte, so I'm okay with that. And I want to see if Samantha does come back for a cameo, like how they play that out, because supposedly there's a lot of drama between the real life actors, between Carrie and Samantha. So anyway, my thoughts. The show is not as good as the original series. Like, that series was just so groundbreaking at that time. Even though when I rewatch now, I'm just like, toxic. But the new show just like, it's hard to like recreate, what do they call it? Like when there's a sensation. It's hard to recreate a sensation. Like, you can't. But I watch it because I just like really have this like attachment to the characters, I guess. But then when I watch it, I get so like upset because I'm like, what is this? But anyway, if you guys are watching it, let me know. What are your thoughts on Aiden cheating on Carrie? I feel like the cheating has become full circle because she cheated on him, they cheated together, and now he has cheated on her. It's like a full circle of cheating. Doesn't sound like a relationship that's bound to last, but what do I know? So anyway, if you guys liked this video, please make sure to click the like button down below. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do. Let me know if you have any brand recommendations that you want to see for my Blast from the Past series. I think the next couple of brands I'm going to go into, unless I have any requests, are going to be China Glaze and maybe Essie, because we haven't touched on those yet, and those are some pretty big mainstream brands. So if you like this video, please make sure to click the like button down below. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do. Thanks you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next video. I hope you're having an amazing day. Bye.